Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. Last time we worked on these blue ring producers, but as we've seen, we have a lack of energetic graphite, and we'd also like to get some more proliferator into our network. So we're going to work on coal products this episode. Let's take a look at the planet and see if we can find a good position from which to work on that. Let's see. We've got coal veins here. Are there any other coal veins nearby? Coal veins there, some unused copper. I'd like 2 patches of coal near each other if possible. We might be better. There's some coal there as well that we're not using. So where was that other patch? Yes, we've got a good position in here to use 2 different patches of coal. So why don't we come over here, lay down some foundation, and get started. Okay, let's just lay down some uncolored foundation here. And let's fill in this sea as much as possible. Let's go ahead and go do something like this. That's a nice big chunk of land for us to work with. Okay, that ate up quite a bit of foundation, so let's grab a little bit more. 2 blocks should be fine. Okay. So, why don't we start with this one? We need some energetic graphite, so we'll start there. This copper vein has been eliminated, so we'll really quickly fix this. I guess this was sending copper to somebody else. Shouldn't be too hard to just slap this down like so, and then connect it up and move on. Okay, let's come over here and harvest this coal and figure out what we want to do with it. So 24 coal veins, 1 million coal in reserve. That's great. Let's go ahead and start setting up to harvest it. Can we sneak you in and get all of you? There we go. There's 5 per minute there. Let's snag some more over here. Ooh. That's almost really good. There we go. There's some more. I do kind of wish that there could be permanent daylight. It does kind of bother me having to build in the dark here. Let's get those last 3 if we can. There we go. Okay. So that's quite a lot of coal. Let's get it all hooked up onto a line, or a set of lines. Let's go ahead and come down like that. We'll bring this over to join. We'll come down and around over here to get out of this little square. We'll hook you up. We'll bring you over and down as well, like so. You can hook up, and you can hook up. Okay. So that's a ton of coal. Let's make sure all our miners are powered. Looks good. Okay. So we'll bring this out along maybe this line, and we'll set up some, or what's the right way to do it? Yeah, we'll come along this way, and we'll set up some energetic graphite smelters, and we'll turn a couple of them into diamonds too, and why not, right? I mean, we could probably use more diamonds. So let's go ahead and bring you out like this. Seems good. This will be a fully saturated line. It will hold massive amounts of coal, and we could actually improve it a little bit with some pile sorters. We could get even more throughput. So let's do that. Let's throw a couple pile sorters on here. So backwards pile sorter there. Maybe a backwards pile sorter here. That's not powered. Okay. So let's see. Yes, it's starting to stack things up. It's moving backwards and stacking. So as long as things are moving along, it'll stack them backwards. So we should get a pretty decent throughput here. Let's go ahead and throw down some smelters. These guys are going to be producing energetic graphite for me. And then we'll put them out onto another belt, like so. Let's do sorters here. Input and output. Let's go ahead and copy this as many times as we can. That looks good. That'll make a bunch for us. We need to power all of these. Looks like that works, and then that gets everything but that last little guy right there. So we'll need one more. Okay. And then we'll just throw down a couple diamond smelters as well. You guys should be producing graphite. I did these the wrong way. Okay. That's a shame. I'm gonna need to go back to the mall and get more pile sorters in a moment. Okay, let's do the outputs correctly this time. So there's a ton of energetic graphite production. Looks good. Okay. How many pile sorters do I have? 15? Let me take care of this now. Let me go... Actually, I should be able to reach into... No, because we're not producing them in a tower. We're producing them at a little place like that. Okay. So... Yeah, if I go pretty much past the pole, I should be able to get there. Okay, pile sorters are where? Over here. I think it's this one? Yeah, pile sorter. Okay, let's get a couple hundred of those. I'm gonna have to do some inventory management soon, but I'll try and do that off camera if I remember. Okay, let's head back. It was somewhere over here. You could use an upgrade, whoever you are, whatever you're doing. Let's throw down a miner here. I guess we'll need a little bit of foundation back there. Let's grab these. Add them onto this belt. Like that. Okay. Where was that coal? There's one of the coal veins. The other one was stuck inside something else. We had put down a bunch of land. Yes, over here. Right? Yeah, the coal's coming out over there. Okay. Right. So, we've got a bunch of energetic graphite production. That's very nice. Let's throw down a couple smelters to turn some of that into diamonds. Maybe just like 3 there. Maybe 1 more there. Let's turn these guys into making diamonds. Seems good. Copy and paste. They should all be powered up just fine. All right. Let's get some inputs going. Okay. And then we'll do a line for output. And then we'll put down a planetary tower to take these products and distribute them wherever they need to go. So let's put a planetary tower right here. So we'll feed the diamonds and the graphite into here. Like so. Okay. You'll be supplying diamonds and graphite wherever they need to go. Very nice. Let's lock your maximum capacity at like 3,000. You're going to be supplying. Set your main load of drones. We'll power you on. And there we go. Okay. So that's going to help out with our super magnetic ring production, and it'll throw a little bit of extra graphite and diamonds into the network for anybody who wants it. Now, as for this, I would like to build a kind of a blueprint here. I'd like to get a really, really nice... blueprint for producing proliferator. So, most of that's going to come from the coal directly. We will need a little bit of graphene from somewhere to turn into carbon nanotubes. Let's start thinking about what this is going to look like. Let's throw down some miners first. Okay. So something like that covers that chunk. We can get those like this. And we can get a few more over here like so. That's most of it. Okay. Let's pull that out. We'll have you come in and join the party. We'll send you up here on kind of an interesting diagonal. And then we'll pull you out like this. I'm not sure that works. So let's have you come like this, come across. And then we'll have you tee up here. There we go. Okay. So we'll have plenty of coal. We can use some backward sorters to ensure that things are stacked up nicely. Okay, let's get power. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that should give us a big, big source of coal availability. Now, one thing I want to do here, let's see. I think I want to move this, or maybe just delete it entirely. Yeah, that'll connect just fine. Let's make sure we've got our space. Okay. So what I would like to do is proliferate everything with the proliferator that we're making. So let's give ourselves a little bit of room over here. And we'll throw down a sprayer here, right? So the idea is we proliferate the coal that comes into making the first level of proliferator. And so for those, we'll throw down, I don't know. I'm not sure. You're going to be making Proliferator Mark 1, which is just made from coal. So you're going to be making, let's see, 120 per minute. And I don't know how many we want, but you're going to be using 120 coal per minute. And I think we've got... What's that? That's 6 and 6 and 7. So let's operate from the principle of 6. If I have 6 on here, what does that look like? 6 looks like 252 per minute. So we're gonna have 750 coal per minute. You're gonna consume 120, so we can get 120, 240. Was 6 more than 240? Yeah. So we can support 2 of those manufacturers for each miner, which means we can get 6 total. All right, let's do that. So let's see. You're going to input this delicious coal, which is going to be proliferated. And then you're going to output it as well. You're going to output the proliferator. And I think we want the proliferator to loop back this way. And I think we actually need a little bit more space here, because I want this to be a little bit further forward so that we have plenty of room to set things up the way we want. Let's go ahead and move you more like this. And then we'll have this line come out. We'll get 6 manufacturers making Proliferator Mark 1. So that should be fine. You will input your coal, and then you'll output to another line that's going to run this way and come back to get proliferated and then loop around. Possibly hopping over? It seems like I can't quite make that work. If I come down to here, And then hop over? Yeah, okay. Let's do something like that. And then we can swap, we can put this in here. I believe it doesn't matter which direction you do it in, right? But maybe for aesthetics' sake, we'll reverse this because it's going the other way. It'll be helpful to be able to see that. So let's have you come to here. And then hop over. And then we'll put this sprayer on this way. I think a line will pass through those. Yeah, okay. Let's get some kind of line set up here. Just to ease our troubles in the future. We'll just build something like this. That'll be the proliferator line. Okay. So then you're going to output to this, and we need you to do, you're going to be outputting 120 of these per minute, right? So we need to make sure that this pile sorter will get that done across 2 grid squares. So you're going to do 5 trips per second, multiplied by 60 is 300. So that's more than enough capacity. Okay. So that means we're taking in coal, we're putting out proliferator. Let's get 6 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, very nice. That means this line is finished. These lines are both finished there. Okay. So if this was powered, we'd be producing a bunch of proliferator Mark 1, sending it through the proliferation line, and then around to wherever we want to use it next. We're getting another relay station on Clement Star 1. Not much I can do about that. So each of you produces 120 Mark 1 proliferator per minute. Now, we do want some of this coal actually for producing the next thing up, which is going to be... So I might have too many here. Let's see. If the next thing I make is proliferator Mark 2, that requires diamond input. And the recipe is... Yeah, we need 1 diamond for every 2 proliferator. Okay. So, if we have 4 of these, that's using, let's see, 200 no, we're using 120 coal for 1, so 4 is 480. And that leaves something like 300 coal per minute on the line. I think maybe we only want 4 of these. Okay. So that outputs the proliferator. I wonder, so I need to send it through here. And then I also need to make diamonds from this coal line. So we'll have the coal line come a little further here. And we'll make... Oh, that's not right. We'll have the coal line come a little further. And then we'll make energetic graphite. So how much energetic graphite are we going to need? We're going to need... if we've got 120, 240, 360, 480, that supports half as much. So we need 240 diamonds going into producing 240 Mark II. So 240 diamonds requires 240 energetic graphite, which in turn requires, let's see, 480 coal. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna need... This does 30 per minute, and we want 240, so we need... 30 goes into 240 what? 3 goes into 24 8 times. So I think we need 8 I think we need 8 graphite producers into 8 diamond producers. Is that right? I'll set that up and then we'll look at it. So we're going to want 8 diamond producers. I don't have any arc smelters. Okay, I got to go get arc smelters. They are on the other side of the planet, right? Yeah, okay. Looks like flying west is the way to go. Or whatever direction this is. Okay, let me get some arc smelters. Where are those? Is that this? That's an accumulator. It's in production, right? We did production after logistics, I think. Yeah, here we go. All right, let me get these. I am getting pretty full of trash here. I've got a lot of conveyor belts taking up a lot of space. It's because it's not in here. Okay, they've been flying me. The bots have been flying me more conveyor belts. Okay. So I grabbed the smelters, right? Yes. Okay. Let's head back. So I think we decided we need 8 energetic graphite producers into 8 diamond producers. Let's see what that looks like. This still isn't perfect, this setup of the pile sorters. It's still not perfect. I'm not quite sure why. All right, let's set up 8 arc smelters. So you're going to pull in coal. And you're going to output to another line. So we're going to have another line here. And you're going to output on this side because that's the way that this is traveling. And then we're going to have, so you're going to be making energetic graphite. And then we'll have another smelter here pulling in your energetic graphite on the left of where you're outputting it. These should be 1-to-1. And you're going to make diamonds, right? So you produce 30 energetic graphite per minute. You consume 30 energetic graphite per minute to make 30 diamonds per minute. Very nice. Okay. Now, we do need to make sure we leave room for power. So we're going to have an output line here that then leaves a little space, I guess. No, probably not. It'll come along here and it'll get proliferated. Let's see if we can make that happen. Like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out how to route this. Probably we bring it down and around. Interesting. We don't have enough room here. So you're gonna have to change as well. We'll figure these out in a bit. I think I have enough room, but I might loop this one around to the left. Okay. So you're gonna output the diamonds. Okay. So let's copy these. I think we said we needed 8. So let's see how much room we need for 8. We're gonna copy you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're gonna copy you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. That looks good. So we're using proliferated coal to make energetic graphite. And then we're not proliferating the graphite. We're just going 1-to-1 into diamonds. Those, however, will then come through and get proliferated and output. So we'll have diamonds. And we'll have... This is going to produce 30 diamonds per minute. And we have 8 of them. So that's 240 diamonds per minute. Plus... you're going to produce 60 times 4 is... So we'll have 240 diamonds per minute and 240 Mark IIs. Is that what we need? Is that the right ratio? That is not the right ratio. We need twice as much Proliferator Mark II as we do diamonds. So I have too much here. Okay. That's all right. We can just delete half of it, right? I'm not messing that up, right? So we need, twice as much proliferator as diamond. And you're producing 60 per minute. There's 4 of you, so you're producing 240. So I need 120 diamonds, which means 4. Okay, that's fine. Didn't take much to build them. Won't take much to delete them. There we go. That's fine. Okay. I think we can even go a little bit closer to the edge here. Okay. So you guys should produce exactly what we need. 200, we have 480 proliferator Mark 1 and 240 diamonds. So how many of these can that support? If we have 480 proliferator Mark 1s and 240 diamonds, we can produce 240 Mark 2s at 60 per in 4 assemblers. Okay. So I think we do power next, right? So let's go ahead and use this slot. And then we'll come over to here. And then we'll have one more, I guess. Where can we squeeze this in that it'll work? I guess right at the edge in the middle here. That's fine. So then we're gonna have to route these around and have them. So now that this is proliferated, we're gonna bring it back around into 2 more lines. So we're gonna have the Mark 2s and the diamonds come back around. Like this. And you'll come back around as well. We had to leave space for the power stuff. Okay, so now we need 4 Mark II assemblers, and these are going to make the Mark II, and it's all going to be proliferated, right? So actually, hold on a minute. I might need more because I'm going to have 25% extra, so I'll need 5, right? Because your input is proliferated, so you're producing more. Yeah. Now you're not proliferated. So wait a minute. If you're proliferated, you're not producing 60 per, you're producing 75 per, or 25% more. So we need 25% more diamonds as well. This will produce more graphite, but the graphite won't be proliferated. It'll be backed up on this. It'll be backed up a little bit. They will produce more graphite, so we don't need more graphite smelters, but we do need more diamond smelters, and we actually need to move this down. We actually need to move this down a little bit. Because they are going to produce 25% more. And we're not going to proliferate it, so we need an extra diamond smelter. Right? Right, okay. So let's delete this. Let's extend these 2 lines by a little bit. So you're going to come out to here. We're going to copy you over. And then we're going to delete this one. So there's just a little bit of extra space there, which I guess we can use for something like that. No, that's kind of wasteful. There we go. Nope, you can't be there either, because we do need a 5th one of this. Okay. That's going to make sure we have the diamonds we need to support the extra Mark II stuff. So we need 5 of these. We're going to have enough materials on this line for 5 of these. I believe. Because this will output, for these 4, it'll output 5 worth. And these 5 will put out 5 worth. With the input from these, which these 4 will produce 5 input worth. So the extra one down here will get the extra. Yeah, we'll have enough to support 5 of these guys. And then this is going to proliferate as well, so that'll put out, like, even more. We'll figure it out in a minute. Okay, so you're going to take in... I don't know if I can squeeze 5 in here. Do I have enough room for that? 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I can just make it work. Let's see. If I extend this all the way... I think I can just make it work. So let's see, for inputs, you want to go as far left as you can. Let's pull that in and pull that in, right? And then you're going to output as well. The output's probably going to be proliferated. Can I squeeze all that in? Let's see, if I come like this, can I proliferate the output here? Looks like I can just make that work. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our output done, and then we'll see if we can squeeze these guys in. So we need 4 more. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're missing something. Let's get these guys in. 1, 2, 3. And then what's the problem here? We can't quite get where we need to with the last little piece of input. So let's build it. And then see if we can fix it. I don't want... Where is it? What is it complaining about? Yeah, we can get it right there. And then can we get 2 inputs? I think we can. So... let's see. We go input and input, and we've just made it work. Okay. And there's our output. Okay, that should work. So, these should be operating at 100% efficiency, and they should produce... Looks like we do 60 recipes per second, so 75 each, right? With all the inputs proliferated. So 75 times 5 is what? 75 times 5 is... We're going to be producing 375 Mark II right here. This might not turn out to be a blueprint. This might just be a one-off facility. I'm not entirely sure. So 375 of that. Then we put down another... How many can we produce here? 375. So we're going to be using 60 per, which means we can support 6 and have 15 left over. Yeah, we can port 6 and have 15 left over. So if this input is proliferated, then we also need a line of... We're going to need to support 6 of those. Let me get that back for a second. 6 of these is going to require 180 carbon nanotubes per minute. So we have to figure that out. 180 carbon nanotubes per minute. If we put down a chemical plant and go to make carbon nanotubes, we don't have this material, so we're going to have to use graphene and titanite. It might make more sense to create the nanotubes elsewhere and ship them in via a tower. We can produce 15 recipes, 30. We need 180, so we need, what, 6? We need 6 carbon nanotube guys running at full speed. So, and that's doing which recipe? That's taking in titanite and graphene. Not sure where we have spare graphene either. I think that's a little bit on the short side at the moment. So, if I was going to finish this, I need to go produce carbon nanotubes somewhere. I need 6 carbon nanotube production facilities. I think we have graphene. Making graphene. How do I do that? From fire ice? We're kind of already doing that. I probably need more orbital collectors. Yeah. I probably need more orbital collectors. But I guess let's set it up here and just figure out what to do with the hydrogen later. So, like, let's have you call in fire ice. Let's have you demand fire ice. We should have a goodly supply. And we need to produce some graphene here from this. So, what's the way to do that? We need enough graphene to support 6 carbon nanotube chemical plants running at full steam. So they're going to need, let's see, they're going to do 30, so we need 45 times 6 is going to be, 45 times 6 is 3 times 90 is 270. We need 270 graphene per minute. So if you're producing graphene from fire ice, to make 270, you produce 60 in one, so we need 60, 120, 180, 240. We need 5, and we'll have some extra graphene to feed into the system. And we'll figure out what to do with the stupid hydrogen later. So let's just get a line of fire ice coming out of here. I guess like this. So that you're going to be fire ice. Okay. Then we're going to have 5 chemical plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's consume this fire ice and produce graphene. So let's get sorters going. Pull in the graphene, or pull in the fire ice. Okay. Then you're going to all produce graphene for me. Copy, paste, 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 paste. Or do I have to choose a particular recipe here? Hold on. Graphene from fire ice. That's the one we want. Copy, paste, 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 paste. Okay. You're going to output a bunch of hydrogen, which we want to just dump somewhere for now. So let's get a line for that. So you're going to output hydrogen on this side. Okay. So you produce hydrogen, right? Yeah, okay. Let's copy that. Paste. Paste. Paste and paste. And then over here, I guess we're just going to store this for now. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet, but I assume we'll find a use for it in the future. Let's get some storage going. I guess like this. You guys will just feed in here for now. Couple stacks of tanks should handle it. That should be enough for a while. And we'll figure out what to do with that later. And then we'll take your graphene output and we'll route it through... We're going to want it proliferated, right? So we'll route it down here somewhere. Because we're going to need... No, we need to turn it into... We need to turn it into carbon nanotubes first. Okay. So, out comes the carbon nanotubes. Okay, let's get those set up. Or rather, out comes the graphene to be turned into carbon nanotubes. All right, so you are going to be graphene. Right? Yes, okay. Copy and paste, paste, paste. And paste. And that should provide enough graphene for, I think we said 6. This is going to produce, let's see, 30 recipes times 2 is 60. So these are going to produce 500 or 300 graphene. And I think we don't need quite that much for our carbon nanotube production. Let's do power real quick. Let's make sure we can cover... Yeah, we can cover all of this. Okay. They're making graphene. We have more I think we need 6, we said, on this side. Let me just make sure that's right. That's the wrong building. So if there's 300 graphene and we're producing carbon nanotubes, we need titanium ingots as well. But 6 of them produces, what, 15, 30? 30 times 6 is 180. And uses 270. Right, that's where we were at. We were at 270. Okay, so the other thing we need is, let's go ahead and extend this to the right a little bit. And then over here, we're going to need you to call in titanium alloy, or titanium ingots. We can get you as far as that. So you're going to call in titanium ingots next. You're going to demand those. And you're going to output them here. And then we're going to have 6 of these making carbon nanotubes. So you guys are going to be facing this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, hold on. Let's just do 1. Okay, so once this arrives, this is in transit? Yes. Okay, once this arrives, you're going to be making carbon nanotubes from graphene and titanium. Let's get your inputs done. So you're going to pull in this and this. You're going to output. And the output is coming over here. So I guess we'll bring it down and around like this. Or maybe somebody's going to have to provide... No, we're going to be building our own... We're going to be building our own proliferator. So proliferator is not coming from the network. It's going into the network. Which means we're going to need another tower. But that's fine. Let's have that line come along here. And collect up the carbon nanotubes. And then come down over here. Well, where do I want to fit this in? I need everything. I need all of it to be proliferated. So we'll bring it back. And we'll come down under like this. That seems fine. We'll come over to get proliferated, and then we'll hop the line like this. And then hop over like this. And then you're going to have to do some hopping as well. Let's put the sprayer on. And then you have to come over here and then start hopping like this. Yeah, you're going to be tough. How do I want to do this? This coal line might be a bit of a problem. Can I redirect you? Come over here. Delete this. Let's delete this as well. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. You're going to need, after proliferation, to hop this line. So you're going to come up like this and hop over. And come like that. And then as for the coal... Seems like you need to go the other way. Or make your way... here? And then hop over and join? Okay, that'll work. That'll get the coal back on. And I think we had another backwards facing pile sorter here. Okay, so the graphene will come this way and be proliferated. I guess this actually doesn't make a super amount of sense. Probably makes more sense to just have the one and have them T-junction here. So let's have you come like this. You'll turn down this way. And then we'll have another line over here that goes this way and then comes down and joins like that. Right? That seems fine. Okay. So you've got your inputs. You're going to output your carbon nanotubes like so. And then we need 6 of you, we decided. So let's copy you and get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's not going to work. It's too big, huh? So we would need to have you move a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. There's 6. No, that fits. That works, right? Everybody's connected up. Everybody's pulling everything in that they need and outputting everything that they need. Yeah. That looks like it should work. Okay. Let's get these powered on. We might run a little long here. I feel like I can get this done if I power through. Okay. So you guys are producing carbon nanotubes. Those are flowing through here to get proliferated. Coming over onto this line. So we have carbon nanotubes over here. And we have the Mark II proliferator here. Which means now we can put down our final builder. Or our final production building. To go ahead and take these ingredients and make our proliferator. Right? Now, I need a little bit of space to run the line there. And I can't remember exactly how many of these I decided I needed. So if we've got 5 of these. Let me come over with my bot so I have some light to work with. Let's see, I've got 5 of these. All of its ingredients are proliferated, so it's making 75, right? And we decided 375 of these, and we're using 60. So we can have 6. Yeah, 6, and then there's a little bit left over. That sounds right. Okay. So these guys right here, you're going to pull in your ingredients, which is going to be the carbon nanotubes and the proliferator Mark II. Yeah, I don't know if this is... I don't think this is a reusable blueprint. I think this is a one-off. That you are on the correct... Yeah, you're on the... That's throwing me off, but no, you're correct. Okay. So you have all the materials you need. Okay. And then for your output line, we're gonna reverse this. So it's gonna go the other way. Your output line is gonna come down along like this. We're gonna have 6 of you. You're gonna come around to here, and then you're gonna join up with this line. And then over here, we just feed this into a tower. We go back down to the ground and feed it into a tower. And then everything should work. Everything should work. We'll see. Almost done. We're at 48 minutes. Okay, so we just need 6 of these. So we've got 1. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And it looks like I forgot to do the output here. So let's do that. Outputs, 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 output, output, output. Okay. Then we can delete these lines. Like that. And I think we're done. I think we're done. The only question is what we do with all this hydrogen at some point in the future. But if we power these on, I think this is going to produce a massive amount of proliferator Mark III for us. It looks like it's all functioning correctly. So these are producing. The proliferation process is beginning. Let's see. Where is the nearest tower that I can feed this into? Do you have space? You have space. Apparently you have some other things as well. I think we decided we're going to have a little tiny bit of extra carbon nanotubes too, aren't we? We are going to have a little bit of extra carbon nanotubes until this speeds up. So let's see. These guys are running at full capacity. Yeah, everything's running. We're producing. Okay. So the first thing to do is get this into a tower. I think we just throw down another tower here. We have one left. Let's throw it down. So we're going to have we're going to have tons of this and some excess carbon nanotubes that we can supply to this tower. Let's go ahead and get it powered. Get that connected up. So you are going to supply proliferator and carbon nanotubes. Come on now. Where is it on this view? There it is. Okay. Yeah, you're going to supply. I think I'll leave this at 5,000 here. Let's put the minimum load of drones. You're going to supply to the planet. So now it's just a matter of routing in the excess or routing at the result. You're going to come in here like this. And then if we have a little bit of extra carbon nanotubes, we can grab those from here. And route those in as well. Okay, I think we're done. We just have to set our priority on the filter. Okay, so excess, I'm not sure if I got it right or wrong, but like excess carbon nanotubes, if we're making too much, we should be making too much. Not sure how much too much is. That should be going in here. And then the full chain is proliferated, so we're producing, yeah, 37.5 per minute times 6, which is what, 75 times 3? Which is 150 plus 75 is 225 proliferator per minute into the network. And that should resolve a lot of our woes. A lot of our woes. Now, what to do with all this hydrogen is another question. Once these tanks fill up, then this whole system shuts down. But that should be multiple hours in the future, and I feel like that's a good build for today. Right? So this should fix our magnetic ring need for... We fixed our magnetic ring need for graphite, right? Because over here at the start of the episode, we're building energetic graphite and diamonds. We're feeding those in here. Those are clearly being transmitted around. So somebody's asking for this. What is the carrying capacity here? 70? Okay, so the drones can carry 70 at a time. And looks like they're fulfilling that. We've got oodles of fire ice. Oodles of titanium ingots. We're supplying graphite and diamonds to the network, and now we're also supplying carbon nanotubes. So a little bit of carbon nanotubes and a lot of Proliferator Mark III. So I'm pretty stoked on this. I feel like this was a good episode. We got some very nice infrastructure built. I don't think I can turn this into a blueprint. It's too complicated. It's not really reusable. But it's a lot of throughput to add to the network, so I'm happy about that for now. Ideally, what I want are tower builds, right? Where I just call in resources, build whatever I'm producing, and send it back into the network. The only problem with that is, like, a lot of these resources, I don't have good ways to get, like graphene. I don't have a great way to, like, just mass produce it right now because of all the because of all the hydrogen it produces. Eventually, I'll be needing way more hydrogen to turn into deuterium, to turn into, like, Casimir crystals and stuff, but for right now, it's just tough. Anyway, I feel like that's a pretty good episode. Good build. With this, our magnetic ring problem should be done. And I think we're moving on to next episode, trying to make this frame material. See, we need more carbon nanotubes. And I don't think we have enough right now. Like, there's a little drib drab coming in from here. But, like, do I build another setup like this and just dump all the hydrogen into a tank for now? I mean, I guess I could do that. I could hook these tanks up to a tower so that at some point in the future... I mean, maybe that's something to do. Like, let's just put the hydrogen in here and supply it. And then if anybody wants it, we can get it down. I mean, that's something. Right? We can go like that and just feed it in like that. And then if anybody wants it, it's available. We can do that in multiple places. We can put up these big tank buffers and then feed it into a tower. And then later, when I'm like, I need 8 billion hydrogen, it'll just be available and I can pull it in. So we might be building one more setup like this tomorrow, in the next episode, to produce some more carbon nanotubes for use in producing this frame material. I think we need to up our titanium alloy production as well, because we only have a very small amount of sulfuric acid going into producing that. So probably next episode is one more kind of backfill episode where we're doing carbon nanotubes and titanium alloy, and then that will push us forward into this frame material production. And that gets us one step closer to green science in the end game. So I guess we are making progress. It just feels like for every 3 steps forward, we have to take 2 steps back first. But I guess that's the game, right? Anyway, I do feel glad about what we did today. I feel like this is a very productive episode. We got a lot input into the network. I'm glad about that. And we'll leave it there for today, or for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I super appreciate you guys. I really wouldn't feel half as good about doing this as I do from the occasional comment I get about how much somebody's enjoying my series, or how much they liked, you know, a special moment, or a moment where I screwed up or whatever. Really, really motivates me to keep recording these and narrating them and uploading them to YouTube. So thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Take care.